tuning in. This is optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Masterpiece 18. That being Streak, or, well, Bluestreak. Or, if you're a little bit younger, you might know him as Silverstreak. But us G1 guys know him as Bluestreak. Now, why is he blue when he's got no blue in him? And, well, long story. But as you can see, nice packaging. It's the exact same thing that we got with Prowl. He is a Nissan Fairlady 280 ZT. You got a nice image here of the vehicle mode as well as the robot mode. You got the official Nissan logo right down there in the bottom, plus all the gibberish that I can't read around here in the back. I'm sure that this is all different because it's talking about a different character, but the images are pretty much the same. You can see him standing next to the updated MP-18. You got his vehicle mode. You can see that he fits inside of Optimus Prime's trailer. Got his guns. You got his cannons. Now, on this particular figure, I will display him with the cannons because in the cartoon, he did have the cannons showing. Now, in addition to that, I ordered mine through BBTS, and I did get the exclusive collector coin and cannon. As you can see, you've got the coin right here. It's in this little plastic baggie, but you got the coin around here in this little baggie right there is his extra cannon that just plugs on here. I'll show that off here in a little bit, but personally it's just I like the coin on there, so I paid a couple extra bucks and I got that. Now you did get that if you ordered yours through Amazon Japan, or a lot of actual retailers did offer that, but you had to pay a little bit more and stuff like that. So that's about it. So that's like I said, it for the packaging. You got a nice image there. You got his car. I really like the packaging that these Masterpiece figures come in. Always high quality, very thick cardboard. So without further ado, let's get him open and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Bluestreak open up and out of its packaging. And as you can see, this thing is absolutely wonderful looking. One thing that really catches me is this kind of dark silverish metallic almost paint here along the side, and then you got the very glossy black across the top. You got a different roof section here. You can see that it's got these windows here at the top, which again, very accurate to how Bluestreak looked. Now, it is a slight remold of Prowl, so bringing in Prowl, as you can see, basically you're looking at the exact same thing. Like I said, you got a little bit different here. Well, it might not even be different. You can actually see it. This just might be painted. So that might be the exact same that just painted on there. But you do see that he's got the light bar here across the top. And beyond that, that's about it. You can see that paint differences, yeah, are obviously there, but it's really nothing all that substantial. But they are meant to be twins, so it works very nicely. Much like Prowl, you have the Autobot logo there. You have that also here with Bluestreak. It's a little bit harder to see because it's black and red. And then you got the Nissan logo right there. Really very nice. And then you can see that this almost looks like it's a little bit dark. Well, no, it's probably the same, but because Bluestreak's legs or his thighs are red, it shows off a lot more through there, which really looks very cool. I mean, I absolutely love this. This mold is absolutely fantastic, and honestly, Bluestreak was probably my favorite of the Nissan Fairlady triplets, I guess. That being Bluestreak here, Prowl, and the upcoming Smokescreen. I just like Bluestreak a little bit better, I guess, because he seemed, well, more childish, I guess. Whereas Prowl is very responsible, very adult, kind of, I guess. He was very witty and just had a teenager attitude, I guess, and I like that. And I also like the fact that he was voiced by Casey Kasem. And if you guys don't know who Casey Kasem is, again, that's just me being old. Now, he does come with his blaster, which is the exact same thing that we got previously with Prowl, except the handle, you can see, is a darker color. It matches this color here on the ball. Not actually, it doesn't. It's darker than that. But you can see that Prowl's is straight up white, where this one is a kind of tan color. Now, because I did get the Amazon Japan exclusive, even though I did get it from Big Bad Toy Store, like I said, most online retailers, BBTS, TF Source, they all offer this for a little bit more. If you got this actually from Kapow Toys, they included these extra bits for free while supplies last. I think, well, they included this one no matter what, but the coin came while supplies last, and as you can see, Transformers, and then you pull it out, and it says 18, and then I'm going to leave the coin in there. I mean, I'm not going to take that out or anything, but it says Bluestreak Transformers, nothing on the back or anything. And then you got his shoulder cannon. Now, these cannons are meant to replicate how the actual G1 toy looked. Their G1 toys came with big, giant cannons that look like this. I'm not really going to use it all that much. You can, if you want to, peg it in here on the side, and they are, you can use them on either side. They're identical. They're very symmetrical. You can plug that in there as well if you want to. If I had two of these, it might be a little bit better, but I didn't get it with Prowl. So I can't imagine myself trying to get another one of these to just have that show up in his robot mode. So that's about it. Now, if you remember, Prowl had weapon storage here in vehicle mode because he had the light bar and then you had the hole on the back of it. This doesn't obviously have a light bar, but what you can actually do is split this. And it's kind of a pain in the butt, honestly, to get into, and I'll probably never do it because you really have to do all of this to get in there. Let me just try bending that a little bit more. And inside here, there it is. You can fold this out just like so and then put all this back. It's, like I said, kind of a pain in the butt to actually do, but you actually pull out a little nub right there that when you take this and it rotates around like so, you can then put that right inside there and you can have the weapon storage again. So that's really cool. I do appreciate that they actually thought to put that in there as well. It also works in robot mode, which is really very nice. But I absolutely love the look of this car. All the elements that the Prowl one had are still here with, for example, the translucent headlights around the outside and then painted silver on the inner part. Very, very nice. And the color on here just reminds me of a DeLorean, for example. I don't know. Let me see. Well, it's a little bit brighter than the DeLorean, but for some reason, it really does remind me of it. I absolutely love that. But because this is the second time we're going to be taking a look at the mold for this, we've already covered the transformation in my review of the Masterpiece 17 Prowl figure. So if you do need help transforming it, go ahead and click on the link down in the video description. You'll go to my review for that, and you can get a more in-depth, step-by-step instructional video on how to transform this. But since we can't skip it, we're gonna do a little movie magic, and we're gonna go from Bluestreak, looking like this, to looking like this. Now, as I said, with Prowl, I don't use his shoulder cannons. Mostly because in the cartoon, that's not what he had actually displayed on him. Bluestreak here, though, did have them. So, you just pull these forward, and then rotate these around just like so, and then you bring this back up. Now, they also, here, get that pegged in there. They also extend a little bit further, so just go ahead and grab the tip of it and give it a nice little pull, kind of twist, and you'll feel it kind of reach the limit of how far it goes. And then I like twisting it a little. There we go. And that's as far as they go. Now, like I said, if you have the Japanese exclusive where you get this, all you do is you bring this up kind of, and then this just goes over. It doesn't even seem like it actually sits on there all that securely, really. I mean, it's kind of loose on there, unless I'm doing it wrong, but honestly, I don't think that I am. But you can have that shoulder cannon right there, and like I said, that is more designed to replicate how the G1 toy looked, which is fine. I have no problem with that, but honestly, this isn't that big of a interest for me. It stays on there really pretty good, actually. There we go. I don't have much of an interest. Like I said, I really only wanted the collector coin. I think those are cool. But with these shoulder cannons up like so, now you have a much more cartoon accurate look to Bluestreak, and he looks absolutely terrific. I love this. You also, if you leave this little bit out, you can actually still store this in his robot mode. Just take this, put that up just like that. But again, why would you want to do that? That looks really goofy, if you ask me. And honestly, it's a nice touch, but I don't particularly like it. I love the fact that they thought to include that, though. That's wonderful engineering and forethought into carrying over something that the original mold with Prowl had, and then when you obviously take off the light bar, you remove that here with Bluestreak. But I think that that's a wonderful touch. They didn't need to do it, but I think it's great. Now, again, the biggest difference that you're going to see between this guy and Prowl is obviously the paint job, but there are a couple other molded differences. So for comparison, here he is. And here you have him next to Prowl, and zoomed in, highlighting the biggest difference is the face is actually a little bit different. Well, a lot different, honestly. As you can see from the side, the actual, well, helmet almost looks a little bit different. This one has a wider section right here at the tip, whereas this one doesn't. Also, you see the crest on the heads. They're majorly different. This is a much more pointy, pronounced crest, whereas Bluestreak's is a little bit more stubby. The face is actually a little bit different. Now, I'm zooming in here so that you can see it. Looking at Prowl's face, you can see that it's a much more stern kind of look. Whereas moving over to Bluestreak, he doesn't have as much of a stern look. I'm trying to get them all in the same shot, and it's kind of hard to do while staying zoomed in. well, yeah, that's a little bit better. You can kind of see that Prowl has that stern look, whereas Bluestreak almost has a little bit of a smirk going on, which is really cool. And then again, the crest here you can see has this square bit, whereas this one has a much more kind of badge look to it. So there is differences in just the head itself, which is absolutely fantastic. They didn't just recreate it and just repaint it or whatever. It's actually a new head. Now, the only other part that I noticed that's actually remolded is the crotch piece. Obviously, you see the white, red, black, and everything here on Prowl, and it's more of a triangle kind of shape. You can see that this one just doesn't have any paint, but you also see a different molding on it. It's almost, I mean, there's a lot more kind of panel bits on this guy's, and they're more square, whereas these ones you can see that they're more angular. But beyond that, that's all I really can see for molded differences. But those differences really do help to really differentiate the two different characters. And like I said, when you leave the cannons up on this guy and you put Prowls away, again, it looks completely different. They are twin brothers, but honestly, it's they look very different. So you wouldn't even almost know that they were twin brothers. For articulation, it is all the same, but I will say that the joints on this one are a lot stiffer. So getting these just kind of out of the way, the head will look left and right. It also angles up and down, so you can get him like that if you wanted to, and then rotates here. And this is, you're gonna see, you can hear it, how tight it is right there with the little kind of stickiness to the joints. Very, very stiff. So you got that. Rotates at the upper part of the elbow. He actually does have two elbow joints on him, so nice range of motion there. The fingers open. They also close. They're also molded in a, I mean, well, Prowls were molded in this way too, but you can see them a little bit better in this hand because it's, well, not white. They also rotate, but again, you can see how stiff they are. Rotates right there at the waist, moves forward and back at the hips, in and out. That's actually a little bit loose. I mean, it's not flopping down, but compared to the tightness of the other joints, they rotate. He's got two joints kind of here at the knee. One's more for the transformation than anything else. Then the ankles, you can kind of tilt them a little. You're not getting a lot of range of motion with those ankle joints, but it's a little bit better than just nothing, I suppose. And then you got the wings. You can put these forward like that. You can angle them back. Personal preference, I suppose. And then his gun, like I said, just fold this. Make sure you lock that in place. Open up the hand. You got a little groove section in there, and then you have the actual tab bit on the handle. Put it in there. Fold that down and around. And get this looking very cool. I mean, I absolutely love this guy. Like I said, he was probably my favorite of the two when you compare Prowl and Bluestreak. His characterization just was more, well, fun, I guess. With that being said, he is still an absolutely terrific toy. The only real ugly part on him, and it's carried over from the Prowl mold, is the hollow back legs. But honestly, I don't even think that's all that big of a problem, but I know some people have complained about it. I personally don't think it's all that bad, mostly because from the front he just looks so exceptional, I guess. But beyond that, that's about it, guys. I absolutely recommend him. I highly suggest picking him up and adding him to your Masterpiece collection. Right now, both versions, this as well as the regular Masterpiece release, are available right now at Big Bad Toy Store. And what I mean by that is you can get the version just by itself with the figure and the gun, or you can get the figure, the gun, as well as, well, his little missile thing and the coin. Both different sets are available. The prices are a little bit different, but if you are interested in picking them up, go ahead and click on the link down in the video description. You'll go to Big Bad Toy Store, and you can check that out just for yourself. And honestly, I mean, really, guys, this is a wonderful representation. I believe I watched my friend G1 Hexatron's review of Prowl, and in it he said that in his mind, when he was playing with the G1 toy of Prowl, he always imagined himself playing basically with the Masterpiece figure. And that's absolutely true. Whenever I really wanted a Bluestreak or Prowl, this is exactly what I had hoped for. So definitely recommended. And all we got to do is wait for Smokescreen. So until next time, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Keep in touch with me. Find out recent purchases as well as all upcoming video reviews all at facebook.com/teambotimus. And follow me over on Twitter at twitter.com/optibotimus. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. Been put to the test, but it's never enough. You got the touch. You got